If you have done everything right, followed the exact steps, the exact routine, the exact program, and still feel like it's not clicking, I want you to stay with me. Because you're not just simply missing a step here, you're actually chasing the wrong thing entirely. You're looking for a pattern when you actually need rhythm. Come on, let's talk with me. And that one distinction is going to change how you look at everything: your healing, your relationships, your habits, and really your entire life, okay? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why the whole doing it right isn't the same thing as embodying it, and what it actually feels like when you shift from one to the other. So let me show you what I mean here, because this came up for me recently in a conversation, and I want to know if this sounds familiar, okay? I'm sure we've all been there before. So someone in my community was recently venting to me about a breathwork app, all right? He kept trying to find the pattern. Like, if he can just identify the exact structure that every session was built on, then he'd finally get it right. I told him, look, you're never going to find it, okay? Because there isn't just one pattern. There is a rhythm. Now, a pattern is a strict, fixed sequence. Step 1, step 2, step 3, repeat. Now, patterns, yes, they are useful, right? That's how you begin to learn something new. But a pattern is also rigid by design. It doesn't really flex for room or movement or the person itself even. So when someone builds a breathwork session, a coaching program, or really any guided program, they're not running on this whole fixed pattern every time, okay? They're building something around their intention, okay? They ask themselves questions like, what do the people need from me? What is this specific group I'm going to? What does this specific moment need from me? So that's why, 2 sessions built by 2 different facilitators is going to be completely different. Or even why 2 sessions built by the same facilitator will also be completely different. So while the pattern helps to shape the framework, it's what lies underneath that allows us to really move and groove through it all. The flex, the pattern, okay? So if you're out there hunting for the one right pattern, you're going to keep coming up empty. And that's the reason why I'm telling you the truth here, okay? Because the thing that you're actually searching for, the things that you actually need to get, is not the pattern at all, okay? Like I said, this whole thing about rhythm is different. It has a groove, it flows, it responds to the environment, to what's going on, okay? So here's a really great mental image for yourself, especially for y'all who are dancers, okay? Think about dance, right? In the beginning, you are learning a specific dance. It's a set pattern. You got to do it in sequence of steps so that you can repeat this pattern on command. Now, again, this is valuable. That's how you learn it to begin with. But this is only your foundation, because then something shifts along the way. Once you've picked up a few of these different styles, a few different movements or movement vocabulary, as you can say, you stop needing the whole fixed sequence and you start moving between the styles. You start shifting things up, blending, transitioning, letting one move flow into the next, right? So from the outside, someone looking in that's watching you might not really be able to catch the pattern anymore, right? There's no clean sequence that you're doing. There's nothing that they can say, okay, I know what the next move is, right? What they're seeing in that moment instead is your embodied you, right? You grooving, you moving with the music. That's how the song can switch up and you can still catch the beat, right? So the pattern there is like the scaffolding, right? And the rhythm is what happens once you've internalized that pattern so deeply, you no longer even need the the scaffolding anymore. You don't need that pattern. That's just the thing, the framework that helps you get there. Okay? So that's exactly what this embodiment is. All right? So let's go ahead and zoom out for a second here from dance and talk about your actual life, because this is important. Most of us start out in a pretty dysregulated, isolated, confused kind of way. Not because something is actually wrong with us, but it's because, keep it a buck here, society has spent our entire lives handing us these rigid patterns to follow instead of teaching us how to build our own rhythm. So that's where the first shift happens here, okay? What we call regulate. This is the phase where you move and groove out of that space where you were confused or isolated, that state, and you move into one where it's like, okay, you're coming more back into yourself. You understand what you need from yourself, right? You're starting to actually learn to hear your own thoughts, your inner knowing again, underneath all of what everybody in the world is possibly telling you. So from there, you move on to this reclaim state. This is the rhythmic phase, right? Where you're now picking and choosing. This works for me, that doesn't work for me. I'm going to throw that over there because I don't need that right now. And I'm going to bring more of this over here because that thing right there is exactly what I need. So you start reclaiming what, genuinely lights you up again, okay? Like someone recently, he just brought his guitar back into his office. He hasn't played guitar in years. He brought his guitar back into his office to work with his energy in between meetings. I love that. Again, the things that light you up, right? That you let go of before because someone told you along the line that you can't do that, or you flexed it off because you was like, oh, well, I don't have time for that. I got more important things to do. Your life is the most important thing for you to do, okay? So, reclaim your energy, love. Reclaim your power. That's what you're here to do. That's what we're here to do, okay? Reclaim your energy and reclaim your power, because that is the shift that's going to get you exactly from where you've been. Forget about where it was. Forget about the things that have come up before, things that have distracted you, things that have kept you off track, okay? When you start to bring your true power back in, this is where you get to take back over your life. You get to be the main one in the driver's seat, controlling where your life is going, what's going to continue happening for your life, what you're going to decide to let go of, okay? So this is the magic. This right here is the magic. Okay. This is also the doorway, right? When you start to shift into that space where you can think again, breathe again, move again to your own way. This is the doorway to embodiment, right? The rise of it all, the height of embodiment, where it's like, ooh, I get to do this. I get to shapeshift and do everything that I want to do, right? That's what this whole manifesting thing is all about. Ooh, if I want this water, I can get this water. If I want another one, I'm going to throw that one out the way, okay? And it works for every area of your life, okay? When you become more aware of the things that you've just been going with, like trying to, again, just stick with this pattern, stick with these blindfolds. You ever seen a horse on the road, right? They're traveling in a truck and they got these blinders on because they don't want you to see what's going on around you and possibly freak the horse out. Or for you, it would be that dancing fluidity that you're able to bring in where you can see what's going on around you and choose something differently, right? Wow, there's a whole world going on around me, right? So you find your own move, you find your own groove without this constant searching for, oh, I need the pattern. I need the one thing that's going to work for me. I need the one thing that, everyone is saying there's this one thing. There's this one thing. If you're on YouTube, everybody says there's this one thing. But I'm telling you something different. There's not. There's not. The whole thing is, the whole reason I'm here is to show you different things that you can do, to show you different pieces that you can use to fit and see what works for you in your puzzle, see what works for you in your system, okay? We all enjoy different things. You need to figure out what works for you, okay? And a lot of that also, again, begins with working with your nervous system. A few years ago, I didn't even know what a nervous system was, okay? Now, I know at some point in high school, we probably learned it. We probably did. But clearly, they didn't emphasize it enough. And so, like, I didn't even know what that was. So then I wanted to, like, dive into, okay, so what is nervous system? What is all the different things? Like, oh, this is what's affecting me. This is what's affecting my emotions. This is what's affecting my thoughts, my beliefs, my actions, all of these things, right? So I'm talking today. But, like, if you've been picking up anything that I've been putting down today, okay, what I want you to do is go ahead and watch this next video next, okay? But also the main key ingredient here that I want you to do is know that no matter where you are, no matter what you've been through, no matter what they told you, you got a shot. No matter how old you are, how young you are, how many things you've been through, you still got the shot. As long as you still living and breathing here on this earth, you still got the shot. So I want you to take it. I want you to take the shot. I want you to take the chance on yourself. The faster you fumble, right? The faster you fumble, you learn, oh, that didn't work for me. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off and try again, right? That's the whole thing. Dust yourself off and try again. Try the next thing. Do the next thing, okay? And if you want to learn more about how to flex yourself, meaning move yourself back into this congruent space where you can think clearly, where you can be this clear person, where you can live out your best life, of course it's going to take some retuning because they've been tuning you for a long time, right? It's going to take some retuning. But what I want you to do is down below, you're going to see something called Super Sunday, and you're going to see something called 21-Day Awakening or Journey, right? I want you to take a look at both of those pages. They're going to explain exactly what it is. The first one, Super Sunday, you can join us. Actually, I think one is coming in the next couple of days here. And it's free, or you can donate to come with us so you can utilize your breath. You learn how to use your breath as medicine here to point you back in line with who you actually are, not who all they have told you to be, okay? And that 21-day program, that's going to be your next step. So you can really dive deep into figuring out and knowing for sure, not because someone else has told you, not because it's even me who has told you, but know for yourself for sure, because internally there's going to be things that come up. And I'm going to guide you with it the entire way. Me and my wife, Victoria, you'll meet her along the way somewhere. We're going to guide you the entire way through. Okay? So, again, watch the video that's up next. Look at the links that are in the description below. And comment down below, like, what hit hardest for you here? What are you currently moving through? What is a place that you've been feeling stuck so long, for goddamn far too long, where you've been searching for the pattern and you're ready to find the rhythm? My name is Destiny. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.